In the heart of the northern Irish countryside lies a house frozen in time. Its elegance hiding centuries of secrets, sorrow, and even spirits that refuse to leave. Springhill House in Manor is no ordinary manor. Its dark corridors and its shadowy figures and even whispers that can be heard. Ghostly footsteps walk where no souls can be heard. The ghostly footsteps echo where no living souls walk. But there's one tragic spirit that still lingers. Tonight, we step in to one of Ireland's most haunted homes, where history and horror walk hand in hand, and the restless dead still call out from beyond their graves. This is the chilling story of Springhill House and the ghost that never left. In the quiet village of Manor, Northern Ireland, nestled among the rolling hills, stands a grand 17th century manor house. A house that has withstood centuries of change, yet remains frozen in time. The house was built in the 1600s by the Conyngham family, landowners who were considerably wealthy. This was a symbol of their wealth and power, with its whitewashed walls and its large grounds, standing as a testament to the family's place in the Irish society. But behind the beauty and the grace of Springhill, something much darker began to creep in. For over 300 years, the Conynghams lived at the house, with it passed down to generation. The house had witnessed births, weddings, and even funerals, all taking place under its roof. But like many old estates, tragedy would soon cast a shadow over the house. The most haunting chapter in its history begins with George Lenox-Conyngham. In his prime, George was an ambitious member of the family, but as the years went on, things began to unravel. The weight of mounting debts, personal disappointments, and the failure of his ambitions pressed heavily on George's shoulders. His struggles soon began to take a toll on his mind and his spirit, leading him to a moment of unspeakable despair. One fateful night in 1816, George made a fateful decision. He couldn't take it anymore and decided to unalive himself in his very home. In the morning, George was found in his study with a pistol beside him. In the morning, George was found in his study by his wife. His wife was in utter shock at the sudden passing of George. George had left behind his wife and their children. But most of all, he left a home that is now steeped in sorrow. Springhill House, once a home full of laughter and celebration, became stained by George's tragic death. Olivia, his widow, was absolutely heartbroken by the sudden death of George. She would wander the halls of Springhill, every step heavy in the grief of George. The once grand rooms now felt cold and silent. But it wasn't just Olivia who remained in the house. After years, rumours began to swirl. They say George still walks the halls, trapped in this world and the next. His ghostly shadow has been seen drifting through the corridors. A heavy sadness presence lingers near the room where he met his tragic end. Visitors have said they have felt sudden chills and footsteps pacing above them. Others say they have the overwhelming feeling of dread in certain rooms. But most terrifying of all are the visitors who say they have come face to face with George's ghost. Some say they have seen a pale face in the mirrors of Springhill, describing how when in the house they have seen a face stare back at them with hollow eyes, as though he is still pleading with them or trying to warn them. Other reports say visitors have even witnessed a book fly off the shelf, which absolutely terrified them. There has been many theories of why George still haunts the house. Some say George is still searching for peace that will never come. Others believe that he's just a guardian of the house. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is for certain, that George Lenox-Conyngham never left the house. Legend has it, if you stand in the corridors of the house late of a night and listen closely, you may just hear George walking behind you. After living years without George, sadly, on the 20th of October 1832, Olivia Lenox-Conyngham unfortunately passed away. She passed away in Springhill House of natural causes. After her passing, strange occurrences started to begin that would unsettle those who lived or worked at the house. Servants who would often work at the house would report hearing footsteps when nobody else was around. One evening, a guest was staying at the house. She was awoken by soft sobbing coming from the end of the bedroom. As she looked towards the window, she saw a ghostly figure of a lady draped in a flowing grey fabric dress. The guest, even though she was scared, tried to speak to the lady, but before she could say anything, the ghostly figure just vanished. Since then, other guests have seen her, describing her as a grief-stricken woman. Some claim they have heard soft moans coming from certain rooms of the house. Some say they've even smelt lavender, one of Olivia's favourite perfumes, coming from empty rooms of the house. Maybe Olivia is forever bound to this house, grieving the loss of her husband George. And if you ever hear a soft whisper coming from behind you, don't turn around, as it could be the lady in grey. And that, my friends, is the chilling tale of Springhill House, where the past refused to rest. So do you believe that Olivia is still searching for George? Or is Springhill House forever cursed by its tragic past? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. So if you have enjoyed this deep dive into the paranormal, please don't forget to subscribe, like the video and hit that bell notification icon so that you never miss another haunted tale. There are more ghost stories waiting to be told, and who knows, maybe next time we'll uncover something more terrifying. So guys, until the next time, stay curious, stay brave, and whatever you do, don't look behind you. See you on the next one, if you dare. Sleep tight.
The coast, you can feel the breeze, mindful of ghostly tales washing up on the beach. Dolly is the believer, but Stevie don't believe. Together they investigate. Paranormal by the sea. Paranormal by the sea. Is there really ghosts, or is it all just fantasy? Dolly is on a mission, she has something to prove. Steve is a true skeptic, together they're unmoved. Paranormal by the sea. Paranormal by the sea. Paranormal by the sea. Dolly stands her ground, so strong and so brave. Steve, being the skeptic, is so quick to run away. Debunk those jump scare sounds when there is drippage all around. If Dolly can't debunk it, she is backed up by Steve. If he can't debunk it, they ask the community. If the community can't debunk it, and they all agree, bringing in the evidence. Paranormal by the sea. 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 Is it really ghosts, or is it all just fantasy? Dolly is on a mission, she has something to prove. Steve's a true skeptic, together they're unmoved. Paranormal by the sea. Paranormal by the sea. Paranormal by the sea.